Canals, food, culture, art, and history. Welcome to Amsterdam. Welcome back to Traveling with Tim, and welcome to Amsterdam. I have been in Amsterdam since early this morning. Took so long to get out the airport. We have been lounging around, me and my friend Mark. You look really goofy in that.
I look goofy?
I let him pick the itinerary. We're going to the ice bar, and we'll let you know how it is. For €24.50, the ice bar is an experience where you get to enter a room of ice. Even your shot or beer is served in ice. After a quick, cheesy video to set a mood, we got to have fun and chill. Get it? How was it?
Cold. Ice cold.
So they do give you a jacket and some gloves, but we both wore shorts, so it wasn't the smartest thing in the world.
Still cold though. It's still very cold.
It's not a shortage of cold, but it feels amazing. So I'm hanging tough. Yes, it's cold, but I've had my 2 drinks. He's a little B-word. But it's actually really nice inside. You can bring your camera. I think I came a long time ago in Vegas, and now you can like take your stuff inside. You can take pictures, take videos, obviously. A relaxed vibe inside. You just don't want to stay too long because it's cold. Negative 15 degrees Celsius. So I'll be a little bit honest, I wasn't that excited about the ice bar. When he said he booked it, I was like, okay, it'll be something to do. But actually, I had a really great time. The package that we got included 3 drinks, so 2 inside the ice bar and then 1 outside of the actual cold area. It was actually, I would say, worth the stop. So if you're around Amsterdam and just need like a time filler, I think that was a good experience. And also to fill you in on the plan, so I arrived in Amsterdam today. It is a Monday morning. We're spending 3 full days in Amsterdam, then going to Switzerland. So me and Mark will actually be doing that together. Mark is a recent friend that I made who loves traveling just as much as I do. So after Switzerland though, I'm going to Greece by myself. So it's going to be an epic journey, and please stay tuned for all of it. We stopped for a bite to eat and experience some local food rooted in culture, even if I didn't find it tasty. The server was amazing. He gave us tips on what to try, gave us some history about the food itself, as well as history about Amsterdam.
So it's good. The consistency, the inside is like mashed potatoes, but knowing that it's meat, but it's the consistency is mashed potatoes. But it's good. Outside is real crispy. It's really flavorful. The mustard definitely gives it a good closing.
I'm not able to say the name of the restaurant, but I'll put it right below. For the food, I wasn't a fan, but I didn't think I was going to be a fan anyway, to be clear. I, of course, if you watch the channel religiously, I have a child's taste palate, and that's okay. Mark, who's with me, chose the restaurant.
I think it's important when you go to a new place to try the local cuisine. And I thought it was amazing. What was it, the bitter?
I forgot what it's called, I'll put that below. But there was these, the balls that he already talked about. And then Yeah, and then he had some kind of mashed potatoes mixed with vegetables. I had raw ox meat. It was like a ground patty. But the dessert, now I'd go back for the dessert. Dessert was amazing. So, and it was called like a flippin' bitch or something. That was delicious. In all, if you have that kind of taste palette, that's for you. It wasn't for me.
It was for me. I like it. I'll definitely try it again.
He's got a bag. So Mark has me out the room late. Amazing scenery right now. We're at Central Station and it has a lot to see and do. So we're gonna just look around a little before we call it a night. We took the tram from our hotel to Central Station and picked a street to just walk down. The area is, as the name says, central, with restaurants and things to see and do everywhere. The variety of food was insane. It made me really wish that Nikki was with me, as she is a huge foodie. We did stop and get some dessert, of course, before wrapping up our evening. So we are wrapping up day one. We explored the Central Station. It was probably the high of my day. It was just nice exploring the area. They had lots to see, pretty lights at night, lots to eat. We're heading back to the hotel now. As you'll see, we're on the train system. We paid like €20 for a 3-day pass, and it's done us well so far. So look into that. But ending day one, and we'll see you on day two. So good morning from Amsterdam, day 2. We are starting the day with a canal boat tour, which is something you kind of have to do when you're here. And also, Mark started our day with a really good breakfast from Claire's, which is really close to our hotel. So it got us a buttery croissant plus a creme brulee croissant. Come along as we head on to the door. I cannot stress it enough. A canal tour is a must-do when in Amsterdam. It was an amazing way to see the city while getting an explanation of the rich history of the city. They have different types of canal tours, some that you can even have dinner on, so select the type best fitted for your wants and your needs. I really appreciated our amazing tour guide as she gave us in-depth explanations of what we were seeing, making it interesting and fun. They also provided drinks and locally made snacks to help us enjoy our experience even more. I will link this tour in the comments below. So I didn't get as many videos as I wanted, but I really did love that. I don't know how I'm going to top that today. Probably going to be the best adventure that I've had. It was so nice, relaxing. I do wish the front of the boat, for picture-wise, I wish the front of the boat was flat, but otherwise there were still amazing views the whole time.
Sometimes it burns.
It's the world's first and oldest sex museum, so of course we felt the need to check it out. I obviously wouldn't call this attraction family friendly, and you must be 16 or older to enter. There are plenty of statues, paintings, pictures, interactive exhibits, and even animatronics, which was funny and made it obvious that the museum wasn't trying to take itself too seriously. The museum covered not only the history of sex, but also the history of sex in Amsterdam itself, with exhibits also centered around the red light district and history of prostitution.
Don't know what to do. Hold back, let go. There is nothing more for me to show.
So when in Amsterdam, you kind of have to go also to the sex museum. It was €10 a person. There was a lot of exhibits, a lot to see, a lot to experience. I actually sat down on a chair, leaned backwards, and was almost penetrated. So I would think it was worth a stop.
Definitely worth the stop. Learned a lot of history about sex. You know what? I didn't know how freaky we've been since the beginning of time.
Yeah, so there was actually like pictures of people licking buttholes from the 1800s. I'm like, well, okay, that's not as new as I thought. So now it is time to also get a stroopy waffle, and that's what I've been kind of waiting for. Tried to come here last night, but they were closed, so I'm about to experience the magic that is the stroopy waffle. So a stroopwafel is a Dutch cookie that looks like, well, a thin waffle. The name comes from the Dutch word stroop, which means syrup, and waffle, which means waffle. After we had this amazing treat, we walked around and explored the sites just a bit more. All right, so another museum to go. We're going into the Torture Museum. So take a few looks. The Torture Museum is meant to give a reminder to Europe's dark past. It has more than 40 instruments that dished out cruel punishments from different parts of Europe. This was not a high point of my trip, but still I have to include it. Balenciaga, if you get the reference. Alright, so my honest review is that it was not worth the stop. I feel like it didn't give a good explanation on some of the things, how it was actually used for torture, just kind of gave a summary, but I needed more. And it was a very short museum, so I would say if you're looking to do something, don't let that be it. I'm glad I took the bullet for you. From this point, we're going to head back to the room. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of relaxation before we get ready for dinner, where I'm going to meet an old friend. The Apollo Hotel was a cute boutique hotel that was very affordable and close to a tram station, which made it very convenient. There was plenty of cute cafes around and located in a less busy and less trafficked area of the city. My friend Miko picked the Bistro des Alpes, and it was a fantastic selection. Miko's a friend I met while traveling 8 years ago, and I'm so thankful that I was able to catch up with him after all this time. I was petrified that I wouldn't have enjoyed the food, but it was actually delicious, and I was able to end it with my favorite dessert. Also, I was so thankful that it was raining, which allowed us to spend more time catching up with each other. Dinner is over with. I would actually rate it like a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. It was like you melt your cheese and you put it on the meat. I'll put the name of whatever it was right below because I'm ignorant. But it was delicious. And then for dessert, I ordered the creme brulee. They said they didn't have it. So I got the lemon tart. But then they surprised me with the creme brulee anyway. So perfect evening. It was really great catching up with Miko. And Mark even said he's a really nice guy. So, and Miko, I won't make you look bad on camera. But we are heading back to the room now. We have a early morning tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to tour the countryside and see some windmills, see all the classic things you kind of associate with the Netherlands. So join us tomorrow and we're gonna get some sleep. Good night. All right. Welcome to day 3. We're up very early, and we're gonna catch the tram to Grand Central because we're going on a bus tour today. Yeah.
Our first stop this morning is going to be at the countryside village of Zandskade, which will show what Holland looked like pre-industrial revolution.
So I'll go ahead and admit that this is also one of the trip highs. It's only the first stop, and I just can't imagine it getting better than this. The windmills are gorgeous. This little town is gorgeous. This is the last day in the Netherlands, so it's a really great way to like end the Netherlands with a bang.
Okay, so now we're back on the bus. We're leaving Zandskade and absolutely loved it. So now we're heading to Amsterdam to explore some famous Dutch cheese.
This stop was actually broken up into 2 parts. One exploring Edam, which was alright, and then we got back on the bus and drove just a little bit further, and then explored a cheese factory where they also made clogs as well. We're now at the cheese tasting portion. All kinds of cheeses apparently. We'll see how it is. I have to give a shout out to the people hosting the cheese making and clog making portion because they made this stop so fun and enjoyable. They added so much personality into the explanations and really kept our attention the entire time. So the second stop wasn't that great, but that third stop, I loved it. Great cheese, the people were so nice, lots of souvenirs.
The food is amazing. You know, you think about these fishing villages, and you think of like Dawson's Creek, and literally it really looks like that. It's beautiful. Everybody's nice. The local beer is amazing. The lager, it's amazing. But the seafood is just so fresh, so fresh. And I've visited coastal cities in the United States, still haven't had fish to this quality. Absolutely love it.
Their local Coke is also great. We are officially done with Amsterdam. It was kind of a touristy fisher town. We had a great lunch, and now we're back on the bus. We have one more stop of the day, and then I'm gonna go take a nap. Marken was a very interesting stop, as he told us about a disastrous flood that happened there in 1916. The flood reached insane heights and took the lives of 51 people. Also, sadly ruined the graves of those already passed, which led them to start putting their graves atop hills. So with just an update, it was an incredible tour, really enjoyed it. In transparency, I came back and I napped a little because the tour started early, and now we are about to catch dinner and then go to the red light district before we leave, because you kind of have to do that. Now it is like a tourist trap, of course, not going to do anything, just kind of have to see it. So come on. I feel like I had a certain idea of what the red light district was for a very long time, and the reality didn't even come close to what I imagined. In reality, yes, there was sex shops and women in windows. However, it was a lot more tame than what I thought it would be. So we in fact did see some ladies in the window, but we're gonna respect sex workers. One of the funny things about this area though, is it's the only place in Amsterdam that has ladders to get out of the canal. Because they understand that men will get drunk around this area and likely fall in when they try to pee. So this is the only one of the places that you can actually get out if you fall in. While Amsterdam is known for much more, it did feel like a stop I kinda had to make. A tip from the locals, the red light district is an area where you should be more aware of pickpocketers. That pretty much sums up our time in Amsterdam. Went to the red light district. It was okay. I think you kind of just have to do it. There was plenty of sex shops, ladies dancing in the window. Mark did look up prices. We stopped for some pizza, and then we're gonna do a little bit more sightseeing, but it has to be up pretty early, so can't stay out too late. But Amsterdam was amazing. Don't regret any of my time. I do wish I saw the Anne Frank house. That was pretty much it. So glad that I saw everything else that I saw. The high was probably the canal tour or the windmill tour. The low was the food, the local food, except for that stroopwafel.
Had a great time in Amsterdam. My high was definitely the canal cruise. I honestly felt we learned so much about the city, so much about the culture. The local fare, not a winner. The bitter balls, not bad. The raw sausage, pretty bad. All in all, amazing trip.
Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and join me next time as we go to Switzerland.